Oye, ¿qué pasó? Blackout, blackout.
Hey everybody, I'm the Big Llama. Thank you guys so much for joining me for First Impressions. I am really excited about today's episode. Today's episode features the movie RRR, the 2022 movie that I absolutely fell in love with. It introduced me to Indian cinema, and I can't wait for you guys to hear my first impressions. Essentially, first impressions are that you skip the entire reaction and go straight to the movie review. So that's what you're going to hear is a movie review, my first impression of RRR. I can't wait for you guys to hear that. So let's get with the first impressions now. All right, guys, welcome back again. Thank you guys so much for joining me on First Impressions. Again, I'm the Big Llama, and if you missed the first part, we are essentially doing this just so that we can skip from the reaction. If you don't have time to watch the full reaction, and you want to get straight to my movie review, what did I think of the movie exactly when the movie ended? That's why you're here. This is the first impression. Now, the movie we're covering is again my reaction to RRR, the 2022 film. I watched this a little over a year ago, so I'm revisiting the edit, I'm revisiting the reaction, I'm revisiting my comments, and man, I am still impressed with this movie. I can't wait for you guys to one hear my initial thoughts on it, and then when that's over, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell you exactly my thoughts today, what I'm thinking about this movie today, and what happened during the editing process, and what it opened my eyes to, what I discovered after I initially watched RRR, and the flood of fans that I received from doing a reaction to this video. It was just an amazing time for me, and by far my most watched video on my channel, and I am so appreciative of that. So guys, we're gonna get right into that first impression in just a moment, but as we do, we got to pay the bills. Guys, make sure if you guys like this type of video, like this type of content, make sure to smash that like button, make sure to subscribe to this channel. If you want to watch the full version, not the full version, the YouTube version of my reaction to RRR, go to the Big Llama Show, that's the name of my channel, and look for RRR. I'll put a link in the description, I'll put something up here, one of these two spots right here, so that you can guys click over and watch the full reaction if you haven't seen it. It's great. I loved it, and I think you guys were going to love it as well. So guys, let's get right into that first impression. I'm going to show you exactly what I thought when the movie ended, and then I'll give you my thoughts now a year later. All right, here we go. I'm in awe of this movie. I cannot believe the storytelling in this movie. Bravo. What a spectacular movie. I am just gobsmacked. This was amazing. Let's talk about it. All right, so how do I put into words what the last 3 hours and 5 minutes of my life have been? First of all, this movie is phenomenal. This movie is amazing. It has everything that I want in a movie. It has spectacular dance sequences, singing, songs, violence, story, love, suspense. It was an experience. It was an experience to watch this movie, to sit down for 3 hours. Now, mind you, I'm going to let you in on a secret. I record these things at night. So I was really debating if I wanted to watch this. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I started recording about 9:30. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning right now. And I am in awe of this movie. I was enthralled. 3 hours and 5 minutes is a lot to ask of someone, a moviegoer. But this movie was amazing. I'm gonna keep it short because this video is gonna probably be an hour long, because I want to put as much of the footage as I can in there. The story, complex, simple, and then complex. The fact that these two guys are set on paths that are, you got fire, the water, Ram and Akhtar, and I mean, this stuff was just amazing. The backstory, the way that you tell the backstory and the way that you see the pain that Ram has to go through to get to where he is and why he's doing it. He's not a one-dimensional bad guy. In fact, he's not a bad guy at all. He was, he was undercover. But my God, the level of detail in the story keeps you hooked for 3 hours. First of all, the violence, the brutal violence is amazing. It's awesome. It's worth the price of admission. And this is what I feared, right? I feared that this was going to be a visual spectacle and nothing more. I was so invested in the story that I completely forgot about some of the ridiculousness of the stunts and everything. But it was enthralling. It was great. I love this movie. I love this. I'm gushing about this movie. I love this movie. I thought it was amazing. It just, oh my God. I can't believe I haven't seen this. I can't believe that and again, I'll be honest with my reaction and my review. I think I was a little bit taken aback by the timing or how long it was, and I kind of saw highlights of it in Netflix had a bunch of promos, reactors are doing a bunch of it, and I thought it was just going to be cheesy. I thought it was going to be a cheese fest. I was wrong. I was completely wrong, and in a preconceived notion. I'm glad I didn't look much more into it. So much fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Again, I'm going to keep this very, very short because it's going to be a long video, so I'm not going to get into the trivia, but please fill me in on the blanks. Fill me in on the things. Tell me what other movies, please, in the comments, tell me what other movies are like this one. This is my first interaction into Indian cinema, and I loved it. I loved it, and now I'm interested into seeing more. And I enjoyed the music, I enjoyed the dance, I enjoyed everything. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, A+. I now see why it garnered so much hype and praise. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. So please fill me in. Let me know what other movies are like this. Tell me what you thought of my reaction or what you thought your favorite parts are. I'd love to hear from you guys on this one. All right, guys, so that's the first impressions that I had immediately following the movie. That was the first time that I watched it. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was glowing about this movie. I could not stop talking about it. I couldn't stop telling people about this movie. Now, the editing process for a 3 hour and 7 minute movie was grueling because one, obviously, is the length of time, but two, there's just so many great parts and there's so many things that you miss in a like chopped up edited version. I took a 3 hour movie and I made it a 40-minute cut, and that's hard to do, especially with the storytelling of SS Rajamouli. And so I don't think I did it justice. I could have broke it up into 2 parts, but I really kind of feel like a concise one video is what I needed. But here's what happened right after. I dove deep into Indian cinema. I recorded Bahubali, KGF. I did a bunch of recordings. I have a lot on my list still. I need to get to Three Idiots, Iga, a bunch of them. So I'm still exploring Indian cinema, and it was just, but RRR was like the opening of the eyes for me. I told my friends about it. I told my kids about it. I rewatched it on my big screen. I rewatched it with my kids. I even tried to go to the theaters when it was re-released in the theaters. It was like a one-day re-release. I love the fact that they were in the Oscars. I'm still glowing and gushing about this movie. I thought it was a great movie, a masterpiece of a film, and still very entertaining to this day. So, I became a huge fan. I became a huge fan of Indian cinema, and I started to read more about the directors and the actors, and the meanings behind certain things. And I learned a lot from the fans. I learned a lot from people commenting about the culture, right? About why the music and the sounds and the soundtracks tell stories, why the directors sort of pick certain ways to look at things. So it was just an amazing, impactful experience, and I'm so glad I went on this journey. And guys, I'm glad that you guys came with me on this journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed my original reaction, and now my 1 year later, exactly what my thoughts are on this movie. In fact, I'm gonna rewatch it now that I've gone and done this first impression video. I'm going to go rewatch it this weekend, and I'm going to check it out again. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to pop it back in and watch it. So guys, again, if you like these types of reactions, if you like these types of videos, please make sure you get like and subscribe to this channel. And if you like to watch the main one, go to my main channel, The Big Llama Show, like and subscribe there and watch it again. RRR is the #1 movie on my channel. It is the most viewed movie on my channel, and I am so grateful for everybody who supported me and on the channel and that movie. So if you like that, go and check it out. I'll try to put links in descriptions. I'll try to put things up here, and it'll also be at the end here when I close out the video. So guys, thank you guys so much for joining me on First Impressions. I am the Big Llama, and remember guys, be kind, rewind, it's movie night, and we're going to see you guys on the next one.
No! What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!
First off, I don't care what you people say. Never follow.